Um, Okay, so let's go into our second piece of news. If you're a Harry Potter fan and you're planning to play Hogwarts Legacy, well, the Harry Potter brand has a hard split when it comes to supporting J.K. Rowling's point of view of transgender people. Boycott for the game has now gone to bullying, as any gamer that wants to buy it, let alone stream it. What is our point of view of it? By the way, Hogwarts Legacy is now officially number one single player game ever on Twitch at 1.28 million peak current viewers at launch. So this has been an ongoing saga between fans against J.K. Rowling, and we're not going to go into that. There's plenty of videos to talk about that. The whole she's very transphobic. She has her own opinions on that. That did split a lot of people's opinions of supporting or not supporting her work and everything like that. But I actually, before we record, I told Jaron I really want to talk about the way we boycott things more than like if you're gonna get the game or not, because at the end of the day I feel like, look, you support it, you don't support it, that's all I can really tell you. And I don't think the people that support it, I don't think that you should attack civilians that are just a fan of that, just to be a fan of that. But also, before our recording, I personally am only speaking for really myself. And I have not been in those situations to really give my opinions on those point of views of it. I can only speak from my point of view of it. If I hear something I don't like or I don't enjoy, I just don't support it, and I'll just move on. But I'm not going to go out of my way to go on streamings or go visit and leave comments and attack or abuse people, word abuse people because of that. I'll say my piece, whatever I do on my show, or I can say my piece on my social media, but I'm not going to straight waste my energy attacking that. Before I talk about the boycotting, any quick opinions on that?
None of my opinions are ever really that quick, but I will say this: if you want to, if for whatever reason, we have people think there's two camps. There's actually three. There's the camp of people who think, playing, buying, building awareness, whatever, of this game. Ironically, everybody talking about it is building awareness of it. Is indirectly supporting an agenda that the trans community feels is harmful, that they know is harmful. I shouldn't say feels; it seems dismissive. And the reason behind the boycott is to get as many people, to show solidarity and not play, buy, whatever, this game. That's that camp. There's the other camp of, I don't give a shit. I want to play this game because Harry Potter is important to me. This and the other. It's a fun game, and they have whatever reasons they come up with. And then there's a third group that is, ha ha ha, I'm going to get it to own whatever, insert, marginalized group here, or insert whatever group I don't like here. I'm going to get it to troll people. I'm going to get it just because I know it hurts this person's feelings or this person doesn't like it. Mm. Needless to say, as you just said, 1.28 million peak current viewers at launch. Don't know how many of those are bots, but still, that's a lot of actual viewers. And that goes to show, despite the talk on this side, there are a lot of people who just want to play the game or watch people play the game.
Yeah.
And there it is. I mean, that's just a fact.
Boycotting. When it comes to boycotting, I understand that you get a group of people that want to stand up for something they believe in and go against something that they feel like it either harmful or, it doesn't have to be even like emotionally harmful. It could be something that has to do with cost. It could be do something that affects people, whatever it is. I get that 100%. I mean, that's why, unions exist in work worlds, right? And that kind of thing. We're boycotting because we want more money. We're boycotting all this. Yeah. But in
power
the game,
numbers.
Yeah, but fandom, it's a different story for this in this conversation. We're talking about fandom boycotting, and that's normally like when they see something that affects them and their own, which I can't speak on what a certain product affects you, and you can't really speak on what affects me in that aspect. If that product affects you in a different way, who am I to tell you like, no, that's wrong. You know, you
Well,
know, and it,
well, we have to be careful. You have to make a difference between the fandom boycott
yeah,
and an aggrieved group boycott.
yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So first off, let me go ahead and get this out of the way. I am not too much into Harry Potter. I'm not saying I hate it. I just haven't got into it because, to be honest with you, bottom line, when it comes to fandom of anything, it kind of wears me out, and I want to step away, and I want to observe it or play it or watch it or whatever it is later on when it kind of calms down. You know, I don't have too many people everywhere doing that. That's just me in general how I feel about fandom. Because we were talking about earlier in our extra recording is that, like, I have never been a hardcore fandom of something to feel this emotion of that. Mm-hmm. So you're welcome to, you know, leave a comment down below of, like, I don't know why you're talking about it if you have no opinion on that. I don't care. But anyways, my issue is when we boycott, we got to learn not to put too much emotion into boycotting, because a boycott and putting emotion leads to most of the time hatred, and it leads to bullying, it assaulting, it that only breeds hate, and the other person wants to fight you against that hate. Like, oh, you are attacking me. Okay, well, I'm going to get the game and show you what's up. You know, that you're getting that conflict because you're coming at it, and you should be more of educating people to get them, if they want to decide to join you on your cause or what you're standing up for. But going around bullying is not the best idea for your definition of boycotting. And also boycotting from the virtual world, in my opinion, is a little weak to me, because here you are boycotting a game that involves Harry Potter, but we're not hearing you boycott anything else in that universe, in that aspect. Like, we're not seeing you go into Universal Studios and boycotting their theme park ideas. We're not seeing you boycotting them when they re-release these movies in theaters. No, it's the game, because to me, it's easier to be on the computer to do it.
So you're saying you're equating it to performative activism.
Yes.
Or slacktivism, as it were.
Yes. Boycotting virtually on the internet, it's easy, because anybody can do it. Anybody can jump in and do it. But to see people out there doing it is different. But the problem is, Jaron, is the internet's easier because it spreads out to more of a wider audience instead of a small group doing it at a single place and only affecting people that come through there, if that makes sense. Yeah. So it's hard to make a bigger difference that way unless you form a bigger group to do that. But to me, with the internet, yeah, it's easy to spread the word. And like I said before in the extra recording, is like, the bigger this group will be, the more people kind of get a little more outrageous with it. And so
that's one perspective on it. I will say boycott, the definition in and of itself is to restrict association with certain groups or products or goods. It's a punitive ban, a punishing ban. So I think the game specifically is being targeted, well, just my opinion, because it's the latest thing to come out. It's got the most eyes on it, and it's the easiest target to direct anger, sadness, rage at. Mm-hmm. Now, I've heard articulate comments and reasonings as to why that they are boycotting it, and I can't argue against that. I would say that I'm going to try to avoid the whataboutism using Universal and WB and HBO and everything like that. It's old. It's been tried in other arguments, and I'll just go with boycott, solidarity, cool. Where people are having a problem with it, where the conflict, and once again, we're straying towards the current topic, but they're having a problem with it because they feel that those who cross that virtual picket line are not showing solidarity with an aggrieved group. Now, fandom boycotts, I think we saw a very good example of a fandom boycott, actually, to kind of push back against you, with the Wizards of the Coast, the OGL, the Dungeons and Dragons, open game license. We saw a good example of that. Loud voices, canceled subscriptions, a monetary impact, and we saw a reversal by the company. But once again, that's smaller than the huge world of Harry Potter. So,
yeah, and it's hard. Like I said before too, as a brand as iconic and popular as Harry Potter, I'm not saying it's impossible to, make a difference of where that brand is. I'm saying that's just a long battle that you're going to have to work on. And most of the time, the longer the battle, the more people just drop off and don't care anymore. They
Yeah,
just,
yeah. But this
because
course has been happening for years since the Hogwarts Legacy was announced, and well, we're already seeing. There are people who's like, you know what, I don't care anymore.
yeah. And especially, reviewers are giving it, some of them giving it great scores. Um, And then, you do get some people that are biased and putting their own scores, even though, like, come on, it's not a 1 out of 10. Like, you be more reasonable. Like, if you're going to give it a bad score, give it at least like a 5 out of 10 or something. But 1 out of 10 means like this game is garbage. No way, you're being biased with it. But anyways, it's just hard. It's hard to take down a brand like that, especially making money. And the fact that if you don't think a sequel is definitely not coming, it's coming. So you're going to have another large battle to go against. There is no way in my head that a company like Warner Brothers is going to say, we heard the people and this is our best selling. Yeah, we're going to shut. No, I don't see that coming. I see it. This is doing well. We're going to do multiples of this. Especially aren't they planning to do a reboot of the Harry Potter series too? In some shape or form?
I haven't heard anything about that because, like you, I don't care that much. I care enough about Harry Potter that if people make references, like, oh, I'm in this house or that house, I can say, hey, I understood that reference. But that's pretty much it. I don't follow, Pottermore or whatever news.
I guess for me, Jaron, the bottom line is just like, control your emotions in a boycott. I guess that's what I want to put at. Like, don't attacking is probably not the best idea in my opinion, because you're just gonna be getting people that want to do it more. People don't like human nature. People don't like being told what to do.
Our individualist tendencies, we tend to blanch at someone clearly telling us what to do. Now there's suggesting and imploring and what I can't remember the phrase, but appealing to our emotions and our better sense of nature. But yes, directly saying don't do this or this, yeah, people are going to react badly. Not saying, I think with a lack of better tactics, or maybe they people don't care if it's received properly. They're just saying, I stand here. If you stand over there, that's your business, but I don't want to associate with you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a clear message. But
yeah, and
it's weird. It's nuance, and you know how the internet doesn't like nuance.
And it's unfortunate that you get people get cast aside, where like if you do like something and people are against it, that they think because you support it or you want to enjoy it, that you hate what they're standing for, in that aspect. I think it's a little bit unfair, because there's a lot of examples out there that I can also point out that a lot of people are probably not aware of. And I could say, okay, well, because you like Dumbo, that means that you're fine with history making fun of black people. And it's like, that's not fair. That's not fair. Okay, that's not fair. In my opinion, that's not really fair.
Yeah, but it sucks that we're having to that we'd have to go into history for that. There are examples of that, now, but the most prevalent example of aggrieved parties that's currently, in the oppressed category, Harry Potter is falling into that battle zone. And like I said, once again, if someone wants to play it, that's cool. I don't own it. I don't plan on playing it because it doesn't look like something I'd really enjoy, but I support whomever to make their own decisions on their own dime.
Because I think the bottom line is mainly the core of this is you're giving money to the person that is against it. I think that's really the bottom line. If the person wasn't making money out of it, then they wouldn't. I don't think it would have gone this far in my mind. You're welcome to disagree with that, but I think that at the end, like I said, I think this boycotting needs to be controlled better of how you want to deliver your message and how you want to go at it, because people are not going to remember. People are going to remember the bullying, and attacking that the people that are Harry Potter defender. I mean, Harry Potter, not defenders. Harry Potter people are there against Harry Potter. They're going to remember those moments more than the people that want to play the game. And they're like, well, we remember you guys were just like a-holes, and we proved that by buying all this copy. So now what? What are you going to do now?
Yeah, I mean,
so
the bullying in question, for those who don't know, is streamers who got early review copies or review copies. There were a couple of streamers, notably a reaction channel couple who got a lot of negative comments, a lot of abusive commentary hurled their way. Allegedly, I say allegedly because I wasn't in the stream. I didn't actually get to see the chat during the stream. I only heard the reaction of the streamers. The guy's girlfriend was crying and leaving the room, and he was kind of reacting to it. That's all I've been able to actually see out there. But hypothetically, if there are people who are going out and seeking out streamers or finding whomever is streaming a game and hurling verbal abuse at them, I don't care what cause you purport to fight for. You are an asshole. You are bad. You are acting badly, and I question your judgment.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say about it. That doesn't mean that I don't stand with this, justice, this side for justice or whatever. It means don't be an asshole to people. Don't be an asshole to people.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to agree with them. Go your own way. What is abuse? Like, going back to what you said, what's abuse doing? It's cementing in that person's mind that you are their foe, that you are their enemy.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, leave a comment down below. You agree, you disagree? Love to hear some other point of views of it.
I'm sure we'll get really nuanced, well-formed argument responses.